Feminism failed women, and that's exactly why I created Futuristic Wife. I've watched women be told they had to become hard to survive, that they had to choose between love or success, marriage or ambition, softness or power. And I knew that that was a lie. I didn't want to build a life rooted in anger and resistance. I wanted peace, structure, beauty, and legacy. So I created a philosophy where a woman gets to be feminine and disciplined, soft and powerful, married to love and married to purpose. The futuristic wife isn't submissive. She's self-governed. And the women who get it don't argue. They evolve.
Feminism screams empowerment, but the women who actually follow the ideology have no power at all. They're convinced that equality is the goal, but they end up copying the same toxic behavior they see in men, which is promiscuity and sleeping around. In the past, they hated the fact that women were treated as objects, but showing their body online and selling themselves objectifies them. They don't see that they're giving away their power to the men that are getting full access with no commitment and no effort required. And these women still think they're the ones running the show. And to make things even worse, the best qualities of a woman, modesty, softness, elegance, have been labeled as weakness. And most women actually believe that. Feminism didn't liberate women. It hijacked their identity and robbed them of their worth. And if you've fallen into this destructive mindset, it's time to step back into your original design. Click the link in my bio and I'll show you how. And remember, be feminine, not feminist.
If you're a lady and you're in a relationship, it is okay to take gifts from other men. It's not me that said it. See who said
Yeah,
it.
for sure. See, I'm not even married, but let's say I'm married, not a boyfriend situation. I'm going to still collect it. There was a time that I was going to get a car, and it was just like a dinner date with a man, and he saw me just talking about it, and he was like, okay, how much do I need? I told him so amount, I have so amount, and he sent it to me, and then I was able to get it.
What if your partner is actually watching this video right now?
I love you, baby. Love you. We'll set it at home. Mwah.
So how do you feel about it if another girl is actually gifting your man?
First off, why is my partner supposed to be receiving gifts from other women? And secondly, why is a woman gifting my man?
Well, you're receiving gifts from other men.
I'm a girl. Like, everybody wants to splurge on a woman, especially when you're pretty. Everybody wants to spend on you. But why is a woman spending her money on a man? Why is anybody spending on my man if my man is not sleeping with that person?
So how do you think your partner will feel if you accept gifts from a guy?
I think he should be happy, like I said.
So you can collect gifts, he cannot collect gifts. Auntie, I want to tell you respectfully, it's like you are a weary person. Say people pay and you say normal, really poor. I get it. It's one thing to say you are doing it in your relationship, another thing to say you are still okay with doing it in your marriage. No man wants to end up with a woman that is always going to be hungry for the rest of her life. That is what you just displayed. But that's by the way. Collecting gifts in a relationship, I can't really say anything on that. But let me say this. If you are a lady and you are dating somebody that you genuinely love, and you people are trying to build something futuristic, please don't take gifts from men when you're in that relationship. Oh, Jesus. I know people want to bite me, but understand this. When you start taking from men while you're in a relationship, right, they are going to sweep your love out of that relationship. You will start comparing them to your man with time. And mind you, most times these men are way older than your man. You start comparing your man to them. And once comparison kicks into a relationship, you start having problems. Except they have not met Lagos or Abuja. They will sweep the love. They will use those gifts and sweep the love away. Things that normally the guy would do and you just... to start irritating you. You start finding it irritating. You guys will start having unnecessary issues. You would not value the relationship. The things that you are supposed to work through together, you don't want to work through it because somebody's out there, offering you stuff. But if you don't pay gifts, it's still your eye to be collecting from other men up and down. Just don't go into a relationship. Don't be single. Nobody will judge you.
I mean, how long do we have to keep on falling for these gotcha moments? I mean, it's not even gotcha at this point. It's a clear double standard that modern women don't seem to want to relinquish. Stop acting like a loser. Basically, just say you don't want to be loyal to the man, but you want the man to be loyal to you.
So I saw this photo and I said to myself, man, if you got 3 exes, 3 baby mamas, 3 baby daddies, and you're saying that they're all weird, maybe they're not all weird. Maybe it's you. Because what are the chances that you would go 3 for 3 on people being weird?
Be with your baby daddy. Women need to stop getting baby mamaed. But if you do get baby mamaed, you should stay with your baby daddy.
what
Because
about
it's going to be really hard for you to do better than your baby daddy.
If he spends the block, figure it out.
But what if he did a red herring on her, Sarah? He was the perfect guy until he got her pregnant. He was the masculine man that paid finances. He bought her roses. He rubbed her feet. He took out the trash.
I love this because I've experienced men like this, right?
Okay.
I've been in relationships with men like this.
Okay.
You don't get me pregnant.
But Sarah, that was your man. Your man.
You know how many men I've had? You know how many relationships I've been in? We're not married and we're not engaged and there's no commitment. This is what I'm saying. Women, we have to take accountability for our bodies.
What if he fiancé'd you?
No, fiancé is a glorified girlfriend. It don't mean anything. Marry before you carry. This is what I'm trying to tell you. People think it's cute. Oh yeah, I got this little ring. I've been engaged twice before. Third time.
So you telling me a man ain't never shot up your club while he was engaged to you?
I can promise you that.
Okay.
I saw a video where a man said Ebony Williams once said she wouldn't date a bus driver, but ended up getting her baby from a sperm bank, so she probably ended up having a baby by a bus driver.
Damn.
We have women who make de-center men content. They are literally the center of your content.
No.
Real quick, because I'm not even going to bore my followers with your video. Ma'am, you talk as slow as you think, which is as slow as you look. And I mean that both mentally and physically. Okay? Also saying, she's a pick-me, hashtag I can't, while pushing 40? Crazy embarrassing. Oh my God, you're such a loser.
Hi, welcome. What's your name? I'm Carol. And what would it mean for you to win, Carol? It would mean everything. I mean, I was made to perform. Take it away. Sorry, I don't think I can do this. Oh, stage fright. Did not expect that. Next. Oh God, sorry, I think you're at the wrong hotel. The map said it was here. Yeah, no, it's actually directly behind us. The hotel you're looking for just has the 1 star. Silly old me for following the dreams. I think this is going to be harder than we thought. Oh, hello. Sorry, what's your name? Bullet. Strong name, show us what you got. Wow, that was so powerful. I didn't like it. I loved it. I think we've just found our dark horse of the competition. You have no idea how much this means to me.
The bullet is amazing. But once you use the Hitachi, you'll never go back. Interesting. Somebody said, I love whatever is wrong with you. It's a woman, by the way. But at least we have a woman here that says, is this normal around here?
And just dating black men, like, I'm over it.
Man, if I didn't know any better, I would really think that men are the only problem that women have in life. Your discretion is advised.
Like, black men just can't get my time no more. I've been dating black men my whole life, and honestly, it has gotten me absolutely nowhere but fucked.
Ma'am, have you ever considered that's probably all you were offering in those interactions?
Like, it is just BS. I'm so over it, y'all. I started dating an Asian man out of nowhere. I literally was dating an Asian man for a whole week. We went on dates straight. Courting, gentleman, just everything. Older, established, like...
First and foremost, I don't believe her. But if it is true, why aren't you dating that man? You found exactly what you think is valuable to you. You found exactly what you say you were looking for. And yet you are not his girlfriend or his wife. Why? But in turn, you're online still complaining about the men that you say you want nothing to do with. I don't understand.
These black men be on the internet flexing like they got it so good. They got it. They swear they got it. The moment you ask them for some money, it's a problem. It's this, that, like...
I see what's going on here. She asked some man for some money. He didn't give it to her. He probably said that he would, and he never delivered. Not only that, she is absolutely broke, and it's frustrating. And so instead of fixing her own problems, she has more energy for the person that she believes should be paying her bills or giving her money. And the reason she believes that he should be paying her bills or giving her money is because she is him. Yeah, that's what's happening here.
Babe, can I have 1,500? Oh, it's an excuse. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna send it soon. Oh, yeah, I got you. Never sends it. Then, something came up, blah, blah, blah. Like, what? I can't ask you for 1,500. Babe, my 2 car seats in the back together are over $1,000. I can't ask you for 1,500. What am I gonna do with you?
Did I hear that correctly? Did she say 2 car seats in the back that cost over $1,000? Ma'am, you're living above your means, number 1. And number 2, where's those children's father? That's the person you should be asking for money. Not something that you laying crack because he had motion or you see him in the club and he was the man and he was popping bottles and doing all kind of wild shit. Where's your baby's father? That's who you need to be asking for money. And if you were to ask me, you got way too much time on your hands. You know why you got too much time on your hands? Because you're making this video. This video is not going to do anything for your life. Men are not going to see this and be like, damn, bro, I really need to give her $1,500. She really deserved it. I could see the pain in her eyes. You got with a man, you allowed him to use you for recreational purposes, and now you're complaining that he doesn't want to give you his hard-earned money? So not only do you live above your means, you are also irresponsible, you lack discipline, and you clearly don't know how to prioritize correctly. Ma'am, you are the common denominator for all the things that are going wrong in your life.
Pass me the CEOs, pass me the men who want to have a wife and children and a home. Like, not all
Pass you the CEOs, ma'am. You couldn't get a CEO before you had kids. What makes you think you're going to be able to get it after? You know what? I got to stop playing. Ma'am, CEOs are not being passed around, but I'm sure you don't want to hear that coming from me because I am just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
For the longest, I was having issues with dating black men until I realized I was the problem. It was the type of men I was choosing, which I had to change. Now I found a black man that is giving me everything I want and need. Now, let's take that same mindset and apply it to all men. These white men, they're trash. They're garbage. You're looking at the wrong men. These men don't like you. Go get another man. Go look at another man. Well, what about the passport bros? Maybe follow their lead. Go get you a man that likes you and quit fooling around with Chad and Tyrone.
Day 1 of no shopping. Day 2. Day 1. Day 1. Day 1.
You know, has content become a thing to where we just record ourselves doing nothing? I mean, God dog, man, I'm in the wrong business. If you can just record at 36,000 likes, how? If you can just record yourself walking to get a burger at Trash In and Out. That's really why I included this in the compilation, because In and Out is trash. That's all I have to say.
I don't have anything to offer a man because I am too busy being frustrated and overwhelmed with the life that I have that I'm responsible for. Baby, that's not how I feel, but that is how this content creator, Delia King, I hope I said her name right. If I didn't, I've got her tagged right here so you can go and see. She posted a video where she said a man asked her, well, what do you have to offer me? In assumption that he was trying to date her, and she realized nothing. Because she is in a situation where she's constantly taking care of kids. She's frustrated from the lack of help. She doesn't have a nurturing environment to offer a man because I'm too frustrated with the life that I put myself in. She recognizes that she doesn't want a man to come in and fix her because it's her responsibility, just like he needs to fix himself because that's his responsibility. Self-awareness is the greatest gift. Accountability is the greatest gift because the moment that you are self-aware and you find the areas of improvement, you know what you can work on. You can become a better person. And I love it when a black woman realizes she doesn't have to be perfect, but she also has to admit that she has room to grow. And that's exactly what this woman did. And that's what a lot of us need to do. If you want a meaningful relationship, you have to understand that you have to offer as much as you take. And if you are not in a position to do so, stay single until you are. That's totally okay. And I love it when people wake up to the fact that it has to be a reciprocal relationship where both people are happy, healthy, and healed, right? Right.
Even though it didn't work out with the last guy I was seeing, it was a really good experience because I knew he was ready and he genuinely liked me. Here are the reasons that I know that. I was never confused. Not for 1 second did I doubt his intentions and where we were headed in the relationship. And everything he said was followed up with action. He planned dates around things that I liked, and his whole goal was to make me happy. I mentioned that I was craving pie. He asked me what kind of pie was I craving, and then he went out and got all 3 of those pies to gift me the next time he saw me. If ever I had a problem, he would do anything in his power to help me solve it. I never felt like I had to prove my worth. I could just be myself, and that was simply enough. Over time, there were some incompatibilities, but he treated me so well and really set the standard for how I want to be dating.
The fact of the matter is she's sitting here, she's talking about it as if like this is something that, you know, needs to be discussed. As if this is something that needs to be, you know, maybe you need to be ashamed of this. Maybe you need to be like, dang, I fumbled. He's probably the one that got away. Modern women, they really don't see the stupidity of their actions.
Black women don't know how to be a wife. Black women don't deserve to be a wife. That's the comments. That's the sections. That's the podcast talk. That's what the men say, especially the black men. I hear it a lot and I see it a lot. And it's cool because I agree. I know. I agree. And I'm going to tell you why I agree. Because we need the same grace that you need. See, most of us black women, most of us statistically were not taught how to be wives. It wasn't instilled. I come from a home where it was all grandmas, mamas, aunties, and a lot of girls that come from that. And I never saw a man in the household ever as a husband figure. Never seen a woman make a man a plate. Never seen my mama run no showers, no rub no feet, go to the cleaners for their husband, ask them is they good, how was their day. Never in my life. And I am just what it is, right? And I know a lot of girls that are like me. I'm not talking to you women that learned it and that know it. I'm not talking to you. If you had a daddy, you had all that, that's great. I'm proud of that for you. But it's not about you. It's not about that. I'm talking about the women that need grace. I'm talking about the black women that are still learning how to be something they were never taught or shown to be. At 40, I'm still learning how to unlearn behavior. But just like we don't know how to be wives, some of y'all men statistically didn't have fathers either. And for the majority, it was about 70% of y'all that didn't have your daddies in the home during the crack era. He was either selling crack or using crack or whatever the case may be. And if you had a daddy, you are blessed. But what I'm talking about is the same way we wasn't taught to be wives, y'all wasn't taught to be men either. And I'm just talking about those that wasn't. And I know y'all need space to learn. We need grace to learn. And I had to, my baby dad and my ex, men had to teach me how to love. They had to teach me how to be a wife. Teach me how to be a girlfriend. Hey, don't do that. Why you not cooking? Why you not doing that? I was taught to be a hustler. Make sure the motherfucking kids eat. Make sure don't nobody stop no show. If he don't act right, get him out and move on. That's what I was embedded. That's what I was taught. A lot of us black girls were. So y'all go to different races and talk about how amazing the other races are. But a lot of that comes from cultural being instilled and being taught how to be wives. So just give us some grace. We learning, but we all want the same thing. We want love and we want to love each other. So let's be fair. Okay? Let's be fair. I'm going to admit for some of the black women, we're learning and we're trying. We're trying to turn our masculinity down and turn you up. But have our back too, and we'll have yours. I digress. I'm going to bed. And don't get in my comments talking that I know some of y'all got daddies. Please, miss me with it.
I think one of the things I heard her say is, you got to be patient with me. You got to help me to learn. You got to teach me. Basically, you got to train me how to treat you. I know I like you. I know I want you. I know I want to be connected to you, but I'm not 100% sure what leadership looks like. That's true. That's true. Most people, they don't know how to be a leader. It's not something that you just wake up and do. You have to learn how to do it. And so a lot of times men are like, well, I know I'm supposed to be the leader of the household, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means. I only know what I want. I only know what I like to do. Right. And then when I try to take that and share that with you, you don't want to do it. And so I'm like, okay, well, what do you like to do? Well, I expect you to be the man and I expect you to lead. How can I lead if you don't tell me what you want me to do? Oh, if you don't tell me what you like, well, a man would just know if we were on that wavelength, then we should just click. No, no, that is not the way it works. We gotta talk, man. We gotta have dialogue. We gotta have discussion. Sure, I need to be observing and looking at what you like. And oh, I saw that she bought cornflakes. Let me make sure that I go and get some cornflakes next time we have like an order or something like that, a grocery run, right? Those things. But then there's some things that are not observable, or a man with all that's going on his plate, he forgets, or he don't know, and he don't see. So you gotta help him as much as you want him to help you. That's how he grows to be a better leader, and you grow to be a better support. And guess what? When you learn in the support, you're learning the job. And so when he steps out of the way, which inevitably he will, and he says, all right, baby, you run point. You can just run on up there. You ask a few questions and you take the wheel. Go ahead and do it. There ain't no questions. There ain't not a lot going on. I can run it because I see my husband run it. But make no mistake about it, I've been back here supporting him. So I know a little bit. There's just a couple of things he got to get me up to speed on, because I don't see this perspective, but I know the inputs and everything that goes into it, right? So I got a little bit of knowledge. So I ain't starting from scratch. A lot of these young ladies out here starting from scratch. I want to be a passenger princess. I want to be my soft girl era. I don't want to think. I don't want to do nothing. I want all my man to do all of that. No, you've got to take a look at the finances, even if you're not that intricate or that involved in it. Well, I know what's going on. I understand what we have coming up, how much we have. I understand basically a lot of the general stuff. Even if you look at the mortgage from time to time and say, oh, okay, well, it ain't changed in 10 years, but I just want to be up to date. Or the money market account. Well, it ain't really changed. He's still doing X, Y, and Z. But if I ask a question, hey, what's going on with that? Oh, we changed this, and this. Oh, okay, wow. Just so you know. Do you know where the life insurance policies are? Do y'all have one? What's going on with the insurance, health insurance, car insurance? Where do we find those at? You don't want to be in the middle of an emergency, fiddling around looking for those things and crying and stressing yourself out. These are the things that you're doing, learning how to support, and inevitably learning how to be a leader or one of the leaders in your household. It's going to be hard work. It's going to take a lot of attention and detail, but you can do it.
Look at all these men. They don't have the women that are shaped with BBL.
They got the women that's gonna float their boat.
No, it ain't
but
no
I'm telling you,
boat. It's less stressful.
Right. No, what you mean?
It's less. I just told you why it's less.
It ain't that stressful. If you can handle a baddie, then you got a baddie. As long as you
why
take
do you
care
think
of
that a
home.
man wants to handle a baddie?
Okay.
Why do you think that a man wants to handle anything? Hold up. I've been out here all day. I've been working on this. I've been working on that. I've been dealing with this stress. I've been dealing with all this other shit. And you telling me when I come home,
and that's why you want to come home to some fun.
Now, no. When I come home, I gotta handle you. I don't want to handle you when I come home. I want to have a soft, feminine woman at home that I don't have to handle. No, you always have to handle a bad bitch. Like you said, you can't handle me.
If you can't handle one, don't get one.
Don't no man want to have to handle no woman. You should already know how to handle yourself to where I don't have to.
And if I can break it down a little bit further, I don't even know if it's about being feminine. I think it's about, let's say for instance, I get on the game or I watch TV. The TV is bringing me some sort of relaxation, even if you don't say anything. Matter of fact, you might come up and talk to me and we have a conversation, like a productive conversation about whatever it is about how was your day? Oh, I'm doing good. Oh, it was all right. Or it was stressful, or whatever it is. Okay, you want to know what happened with mine? Yeah, go ahead. So, man, I got these things for the house and yada, 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 yada. And you're just talking, you guys are going back and forth. What a lot of modern women do, and they don't think or they don't understand that they're actually doing this, is they'll come and they'll dump on their man. From their perspective, I've been holding this in all day. I've been waiting to talk to my friend all day. He is now here, and I'm going to dump all of this on him. Her relieving herself of this burden is making her happy, but for the man, it's weighing him down because all he's hearing is problems, more issues and things that he may or may not have to deal with. That's what he's hearing. So you have to be careful, right? If you want him to compromise and give you time to talk to you and get some of that off your shoulders, then you got to give him some time to rest, right? He's got to recharge before he takes on another load, I guess, at the house. Pause.
Why do grown men lose interest fast? Grown men get turned off by nagging and random attitudes and the lack of mutual respect because it signals unnecessary conflict and emotional immaturity. Mature men value calm communication, emotional stability, and mutual understanding. If the relationship feels draining instead of peaceful, then the attraction is just going to fade.
Would you say that my views might be misogynistic? Mm-hmm. You did circle here on the questionnaire. You circled that men should provide and protect, which is a traditional gender role. And then you said men should be chivalrous. If it is the case that me believing in more traditional gender roles would be evidence of my misogyny,
You're calling me a misogynist. Yeah, no, I think.
Are you a misogynist or I guess a misandrist?
I think in a relationship you should protect and provide for each other. I think that the question only asks for men, but if you ask me the same thing about women, I think that I would agree.
So are you saying women should also be chivalrous?
I don't really know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I mean, I haven't decided how I feel about that.
We can test it out really quickly. Should men be chivalrous?
I think so.
Should women be chivalrous?
My interpretation is just being kind.
No, I don't think it's just being kind because we have a word for that and that's kind. So when we think of chivalry, we think of observing the sidewalk rule where the man is closer to the road, where the cars are. We think about opening the car door. We think about paying for first dates. These are typically one-directional treatments. So this is a man doing something for the benefit of the woman. Can you give me an example of a chivalrous thing that a woman does?
That's a good question. I'd have to think about that.
Sis, you ain't ready. You think you are, but you ain't ready. You're not ready to be a wife. See, the kind of wife that we was raised to be, you know what I'm saying? The one that can get her own, to be independent, do what she want, wear what she want, talk as she want. He got to make the money. He got to take you out. He got to do all these things. That's cool. It's real cool. But that doesn't qualify you for being a wife. Let me cook. See, marriage is about covenant, not convenience. And if you get with a man and he's bringing order and you see that structure and that order as something that is controlled, you're not ready, sis. You're not ready. Because covenant requires alignment. Covenant requires assignment. As soon as some man starts bringing some order and some structure into your life, you want to call it control. And baby girl, that's not what that is. You're starting to see his correction as something that is a competition. And that's not what that is, sis. He's correcting you because he loves you. You can't bring pride into this situation. You can't do that. And if you start thinking that accountability is an attack, sis, you're not ready. And I'm not talking about the unhealthy man. I'm not talking about the toxic man. I'm not talking about the misogynistic man. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about a man of God who is healthy, who is bringing stability, order, and peace into your life. You can't bring instability to sanctuary. He's going to come in your life to grow you, to make you more holy. See, what y'all want is y'all want a marriage that's going to make you happy. And marriage is supposed to make you even more holy. And that's the problem, is we getting into these situations thinking that we're not going to be tested, that we're not going to keep being refined. Baby girl, that man is here for purpose, for assignment. Let him cook. You can't think that you getting a husband is an upgrade. This ain't a product. A husband is supposed to help you with your assignment. You can't walk into a marriage wanting all the benefits of everything, but you don't want to stand down. Sis, he's going to cover you in everything, in all aspects, financially, emotionally. He's laying his life down to cover you. And the right man is going to honor you. And it is going to be an honor for him to do that. The right man he's not trying to control you, baby. That man his love is sacrificial. And you will feel it. You will know, because you will feel even more powerful. You'll feel even stronger with him,
You'll feel even more sexy with him. Accountability is not an attack when elevation is the goal. You don't become a wife because he chooses you. You become a wife when heaven can trust you. That's when you're ready.
Say like you're dating a guy, you meet as homeboys, and you realize like he ain't the leader of the pack. I can't. I don't care about what they look like, but I want my man to be the head honcho.
You're like 35. You're like 35 years old talking about you want your boyfriend or your man to be the leader of his friend group. Are we in high school? Leader? The hell are you talking about, leader? We are grown adults. You're like 40 years old. I need my man to be the head honcho of his friend group. He also has to be the best at dodgeball in PE class. What the hell are you talking about? You're 45! So tired of this. It's like, I genuinely think that the CIA has to be paying these women to say the most psyop nonsense you've ever heard in your life. Shorty be 50 years old, talk about her boyfriend gotta be popular. What are we talking about? Genuinely, they got the podcast equipment, sat down in front of the mics, press record, and was like, you know what we should talk about today? Us being super grown, like 55 years old, talking about my boyfriend has to be the leader of his friend group or I can't talk to him. Mother of 8, talking about leader of the friend group.
Why do you do this when we are busy? Why not? Are you saying that the dishes are more important than giving some intimacy and love to your person? If my wife is doing anything in the house, laundry, dishes, cooking, I don't know, cleaning the porch, and I walk by and see her doing something that makes our life better, I love on her. I give her gratitude and I'm like, hey, thanks for doing this thing for us because I don't want to do it. Or, you know, you do this all the time and I really appreciate that you're doing this so that it's not something that I have to worry about. When she sees me paying bills, she gives me love-ins. When she sees me working on her car, she gives me love-ins. There's a whole lot of my wife and myself are more important to each other than the chore list is. Does the 5 to 10 seconds that it takes to love on your partner really disrupt you doing dishes that much? I don't care if I've got grease all over myself. I don't care if I'm underneath the car on a rolling dolly. If my wife wanted to come and lay on top of me while I'm doing it, as long as I'm still able to do this when she's done, I'm going to do it. And if she wants to take a 10 or 15 minute break and just be intimate while I'm doing that kind of I can take a 10 or 15 minute break because the thing that I'm working on will still be there when I'm done. That 10 or 15 minutes is not going to be the end of the world. It's not going to give me anything different at the end of my night because I'm still going to have to go shower and clean up and do all of that. What is the 10 or 15 minutes? What is the 10 to 15 seconds? What you're saying is you're busy and you don't want to be touched because you don't really give a shit about your person. You would rather just get your chore done because that chore is more important than the intimacy in your marriage.
Oh my goodness, I feel like men can never get anything right according to women. Then you be grateful that he went with you at all and that he's waiting outside the shop for you. No man should be expected to do that and to be interested in his girl's hobby, especially not if she's not interested in his hobbies. And chances are, she's not. So unless you're going fishing with him and you're enthusiastic about what he's doing and what he likes to do, don't expect that from him. Be grateful that he's even with you. That in and of itself is a huge act of love.
I don't know who need to hear this, but ladies, please stop fumbling these good men. Y'all need to come to the table with more than just these good looks. They already know you fine as hell. They already know you got a badass body. But what else? Can you hold your own? Stop coming at them thinking that you could just get away with your cute face. What can you do to make you different from the next motherfucker? Because it's more of us out here than it is these real, bruh. Like, stop playing with yourself.
You can't convince me that America's plan is not to over-sexualize the children. How could you show up to a children's event looking like a straight up... You don't belong at a SpongeBob premiere. You belong on Skid Row. That's what it's giving. Where's the discernment? Where is the self-respect? Where is the people in your circle that's supposed to tell you, hey, this ain't it? Y'all act like covering up is oppression. Like modesty is violence. How can you go to a children's event dressed like a... Why didn't you stop to think, like, hey, children is gonna be here. Maybe I should wear something more appropriate. Act like putting on real clothes is gonna make you disappear. Children are watching you. Little girls are learning what womanhood looks like. Little boys are learning what to expect from a woman. When adults blur the line between adulthood and children's spaces, that confusion doesn't disappear. It plants itself. I do not understand what this is doing to the children subconsciously. Ain't no more Raven Simone's. Ain't no more Lizzie McGuire's. They don't have anyone their age that dresses like them, that looks like them. So y'all went and got one of the most promiscuous women in the rap game to show up at a children's event. This culture keeps selling hypersexuality as empowerment, but never talks about the cost. Never talks about the spiritual consequences. Somebody has to stand up and be willing to say, not everything needs to be exposed. Not everything needs to be sexualized. And not every space belongs to adult expression.
All women say they want a good man until they actually meet one and realize they're not equipped to handle him. A good man is not convenient. He doesn't bend to accommodate chaos. He doesn't rearrange his values because you're emotional. A real good man has discipline, boundaries, and priorities that don't shift based on your mood. And this is where women get confused. When you've never met emotional maturity, you misread everything. You call him cold because he won't tolerate drama. You call him selfish because he protects his peace. You label him detached because he refuses to beg for your approval. But that's not coldness. That is self-respect. A man who knows his worth doesn't move from insecurity. He moves from conviction. Good men don't chase drama. They don't chase chaos. And they sure as hell don't chase women who weaponize emotion. They build, they lead, they create order. Most women aren't ready for the responsibility that comes with a stable man, because stability doesn't feed your need for emotional roller coasters. It doesn't scratch that itch for unpredictable validation. For women raised in dysfunction, peace feels boring until you lose it. A good man requires partnership, respect, and a woman who's emotionally regulated, not reactive, not reckless. Stay solid. Good men don't bend, they build. And the right woman rises to meet him.
Kill the alpha. Yes. The rest of the men, beat them almost to death.
And he said it will scare the women so bad that they will stop depending on those men. He said what we'll do is we'll reverse nature.
Right.
In a woman's natural state, she will naturally depend on her men. That's how God created us. We love feeling safe, we love feeling secure, and men love giving that. That is just natural.
That's how it should be.
And he said once those women see that, they will become in a frozen, independent state. And what they will do is they will raise all of their young men to be weak and docile.
But only in their minds.
In their
mind.
But
strong in body.
Strong. Because she don't want them to die. And she will create her daughters to be the same as her.
Independent.
To be independent and not to lean on those men. And he said we will not have to do any work anymore. Those women will make sure that those men never rise up again.
Right.
And I think the devil has always known that.
Right.
If you want to get a group of people, get their males.
If you want to get to
make the men silent.
They're playing on the emotions of a woman, or really, honestly and truly, the emotions of anybody. If I see that, I would be horrified. And then I would be more inclined to back up and be like, shoot, I don't want that. Wow. There's a lot of people that would see that and be like, oh, I don't want that problem. But she's got a great point. They're doing it in front of the women and the children. And then the women and the children are like, I will do anything to keep my man safe. And so the man, you're always pulling at him, say, don't go back out there. The man might heal and be on the mend. They know eventually the man is going to get tired again. And he gonna be like, I'm not taking this. Hey, let's get together. While he's on the mend, he's going to be strategizing and he's going to be planning on how to get what he needs to get and go where he needs to go. They know that. And so therefore, you're just talking about broader society. This is a great example, just using it as an example. And so therefore, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a little bit more strength. A man will do that until he dies. I'm trying to break free. It's just this thing in my mind to where if I keep on fighting, if I get more strategy, if I get better at what I'm doing, then one day I'll get across the other side and I'll be able to build where I need to build, where I want to build, and do what I want to do. It's still gonna be hard, but that's what I want to do. That's why when you look at wars, men have died because you're trying to take my land and I've got to defend it, because I know if you come in here, you're going to put me in prison. You're going to do things to me. You're going to torture me, and I'm not going to be able to live and build my family like I really, really want to. So that's why I said you got a lot of veterans, right, that have gone to war. Some have passed away or died. Some are still, even to this day, living with us. But they fought because the goal was greater than what they perceived their life to be. So a man is, even in this situation, going to, like I said, rise up and come back and say, okay, I need to figure out how to beat these guys. But if I'm looking at the woman and he's going to listen to his woman, the woman is going to say, it's not that important. It's not that bad. Maybe living and suffering like we do, at least we're alive. And so when the woman says, okay, that's number one. Number two, I don't know how long he's going to be here. So I've got to create a life for myself. So you have two things that happen, and it's out of fear. It's playing on the emotion. And so I get it from that perspective, because now y'all beating on my husband. I don't know how long he's going to survive. So I got to make ready for me and the kids. And that's why you say always have a backup plan as a woman. But the problem nowadays is that the women are using their backup plan and their independence as a weapon against the man that they say that they love. Instead of using the backup plan as something that the man created with the family, it's a backup plan against the man. Does that make sense? Instead of us saying, okay, in this event, this happens, get the kids here, here, and here, do this, this, and this. We're still working together. We still have a common goal. We're still living life as a family unit. That's different from modern women today saying, well, I don't know what this man is going to do. He's my enemy. Right off the bat, he's my enemy. I don't know what he's capable of. So I'm going to stack what I need to stack. I'm going to set up my fortress so that in the event, and we'll do some stuff. He and I, we might have kids. You never know. We'll think about it. But it's me against him. And how can you survive like that? He's not really your husband. He's not really the person that you care about. You're always guarding against him. You get mad when the man asks you to sign a prenup because you feel slighted. You feel like he doesn't really trust you. But then you got a backup plan against him, signaling you don't really trust him. But modern women will go round and round in circles telling men it's different, when in fact it's a double standard. Y'all need to pay attention.
Exactly, because no matter how smart they are, if they talk long enough, they always gonna say something stupid. And that is why I love me a quiet king. Like if I go on a date and I gotta compete for airtime and conversation, like immediate deal breaker. Because as a man, why do you have so much to say? Shut up. Like, go pay a bill. Go cut some grass. Go build something and do it quietly.
Why do these men who make $60,000 a year talking about gold diggers? You don't have any gold to dig. You don't even. It's like, bro, we're not even talking about you, because the guy actually in the 1% tax bracket, they want to do like the things that my husband and Nav are doing. They want to take care of women. They don't want us to be stressed. They want to be in our divine. They want us to be in our divine feminine energy. Investing in your wife is the biggest ROI that you'll ever have. Investing in your wife is not a financial burden, because when you treat your wife like a princess or a queen, you spoil her, you give her stuff, you just let her be able to relax, she gets into this divine feminine energy, this divine feminine aura. In return, she starts taking care of you in a much...
Bro, you literally admitted that you don't cook or clean. What are you talking about take care of you? Like, dude, you don't do and you admitted this. You're literally a good for nothing. Like, you provide no value back to this guy at all. By your own admission, by the way.
A better way. She's so emotionally supportive of you, because women are so strong in their EQ.
No, they're not. No, they're not. My divine feminine energy. Shut the up with that, man. Like, you guys notice that, like, women are really good at, like, dressing up certain things that are mediocre and making it sound amazing? Literally, they could polish a turd and tell you, like, oh, yeah, this is, like, top-tier human defecation. It's my magnificent defecation energy. What are you talking? Like, what? Shut the up, man.
You're not going to hear this. But when you gossip around your man, you make him not trust you. Yeah. And I bet you're like, Janae, how? Because you're showing him that you can't hold a secret. You think men are that dumb that they don't see when you're going around talking about your mama, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your auntie? You think that man don't see you talking about your friend to another friend? He sees it, believe it or not. And then that's how you get the times where men say in movies and stuff like that, we see it all the time. And they be like, man, you can't tell Quincy nothing, mama, everything. Man, you can't tell Ashley nothing. She tell her sister everything. You see, that's how that forms. Because he sat and watched you sit around and gossip. So now he don't trust you. He doesn't confide in you. And you're like, dang, why don't he tell me anything? It's because he sat and watched you gossip about everybody and their mama. Why would he tell you? So gossiping does not just affect you, my friend. It affects your relationship as well.
Show me a 10 that's complaining about being married, please. I would love to see a 10 complain about being married. Because at the end of the day, we got all these girls up on here complaining about marriage and they solid 4s. Hence Cardi B. Y'all talk about, oh, Cardi did it. Cardi before the surgeries was a solid 2 to 3. Maybe even a 4. But she got her nose done, her face done. She got good money now. So Cardi looks completely different. You know what I mean? And just like a lot of you girls, y'all come on here with your lace fronts and your long eyelashes fluttering and your lips done and all this other stuff done, thinking that you a baddie. You're not a baddie, baby. Take all that off. Take off the clown makeup. Take off that funky lace wig. Take it all off and let's see who the real baddies are. Because I love to tell you right now, you not. Everybody want to come online like, oh, you're a baddie, you're a baddie. Women love hyping up mid-females for whatever reason. And you know, men being their DMs because they easy targets. You know what I mean? So it's like, y'all sitting up here thinking y'all something when really y'all not nothing. You know what I mean? So y'all want to come out here and complain about being married and complain about being a mom. And most of the ones complaining about marriage, half the time not even goddamn married. Just talking about it doesn't sound good. Well, baby, that's probably why you're not married, because you don't look good. Your personality's not good. You're a basic.
The jig is up. This is what happens when real pretty girls get tired of fake pretty girls pretending like they're pretty girls and complaining like they're pretty girls. She might be the cut the malarkey queen. She is not having it anymore. I didn't even have to say nothing because she done spoke the gospel. She done said everything that need to be said. Amen, amen.
We don't call women who make hating men their entire personality losers enough. Because I think we can all agree this was a reach. It looks like you're in a public setting. You're in a restaurant and you're sitting down. And the guy walked past you on a pathway that looks like it was designed for people to walk on. When he passed you, he didn't touch you. He didn't say anything to you. He didn't even look in your direction. But yet you made this disgusting ass face at that man for walking by. To me, that video just looks like you were desperate for attention. Maybe you got dressed up and you thought that a bunch of guys was going to try to talk to you and no one gave you attention that night. So you decided to make this stupid ass video because a guy walked by. Again, we don't call women who make hating men their entire personality losers enough.
And understand that you're not being called a loser just because, that's what somebody wants to say. You're being called a loser because that's exactly what you're acting like. Stop doing that. You need to stop acting like that. That's not cool. I can see if you do it every so often, like you just make a joke about it and it's an actual joke, but y'all actually feel this way and y'all don't understand that's loser behavior.